What's up, people? This is Sifurian, and I watched Batman v Superman last night. First and foremost, this is not a review. I'm not a movie critic. This is just generally my feelings and thoughts on this film. I'm not going to go into real in-depth shit about this film because I basically feel like I would be just regurgitating the same thing other people have said. There's two links in the description below to Superhero News and Blindwave. They have done a video reviewing this film. They basically hit the nail on the head with every single point that they make. It's 100% spot on. But this is just more of a general what I feel about the film. It's kind of like if we were friends and I bump into you in a bar and you say to me, "Oh, have you seen the new Batman v Superman movie?" The answer is yes, and this is how I feel about it. Okay, so first off, going into it, I knew that some of the reviews wasn't necessarily that good. People talking about how the pacing was off. Just some things just didn't feel right about the overall film. And what kind of bugged me was the fact that a lot of people, when those first reviews started coming out, started criticizing them, saying like, you don't know what you're talking about, you're talking shit, da 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 da, but yet you haven't even seen the film yet. They have, you know, and now I've seen it. I think all those reviews are completely justified, to be completely honest with you. I walked away from this film kind of let down. You know, like, I love Batman. Batman to me is one of the best comic book characters of all time, simply because of his villains and like, you could be the most powerful, most greatest comic book character of all time, but if you got shit fucking villains, you ain't nothing. And that's why Batman is so much better than any other character. I really wanted to love this film. I really, really did. There's aspects that are just so fucking good. But then there's parts that's not. It's like 40% of me loves this film. Okay? Like, Batman, look, like Ben Affleck was honestly my biggest fear going into this film. But after watching it, Ben Affleck is probably my favourite thing about the whole entire movie. Like, if this Batman is like the dictionary definition of what Batman is going to look like and be like in this new DC cinematic universe, I'm going to pull out my dick and fucking jizz all over it, because it's fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Ben Affleck knocks it out the park. There's so many aspects of this film that I fucking love. The tone, the attitude is really, really fucking cool. The action scenes are so fucking badass, man. If you haven't seen the film yet, go and see it. I am going to be talking about spoilers. The part near the end where Wonder Woman is kind of going through all the files, and like it shows like each icon on top of like the parent folder, and then she goes in and she watches like little videos on each fucking. Oh my god, so cool to see the Flash, see Cyborg as well. Like I freaked out. I freaked out in my seat. It was so fucking cool. There was just so many parts about this film that was so good. But there's this 60% of me that fucking hates it. Because it seems like all the good pieces of dialogue, a lot of the action scenes, a lot of the good scenes in the film are in the fucking trailer. Like, you know how like there's some trailers that just basically they show you the fucking film in the fucking trailer? That's what they did with this film. They fucking ruined it. And the overall editing, I think the editing and the pace of the film, it's just off. It's like it goes up, then it comes back down again. And I know apparently there's meant to be like a 3-hour version, and there's loads of stuff that got cut out. But at the same time, it's like, then why didn't you just fucking pull out the 3-hour version? Anyway, the point is, just the overall feel and the flow of the film just didn't go well together. You know what I mean? It just didn't work for me. Another point that I want to make is it seemed like to me like they were trying to cram too much in. You know, like I think they should have kind of stuck to one specific thing and just ran with that. Like, you've got everything to do with the aftermath of Man of Steel, and then you're trying to set up this Batman v Superman kind of conflict. And then you've also got the storyline of Lois Lane being a news reporter, tracking down things with Russian fucking people in the desert and all this shit. and then you need to set up the fucking Justice League, and then you've also introduced Doomsday, and then on top of that, you like, I didn't even know this fucking going into it, but you have the death of Superman in it as well, and it's like, what the fuck is this movie? Like, the fuck? You've got all these, why? You know, like I think on Superhero News, they actually said it, and I completely agree, because I even thought about this. They should have just took Doomsday out of this film. There was no need for it. Like there's many other like throwaway villains that Superman has that you could bring into this film to be like the main bad guy at the end. The one thing that makes Batman and Superman come together and fight a common foe, without it being Doomsday. You know what I mean? There was just no need to have Doomsday in that spot. There was no need to have the whole death of Superman. I think that they should have had a throwaway villain, put him in there. Could be a possible threat, but it was just a reason why Batman and Superman should join forces. You know, a common foe. So they go at it. In maybe Man of Steel 2, they should have introduced Doomsday and killed him off. Because at the end of Man of Steel 2, Superman is dead. It's actually like the death of Superman. You know, and from there, like, people would be asking, like, is Henry Cavill coming back? Like the guys at Superhero News said the exact same thing. Like, that I think would be better than just fucking trying to just cram everything all into one movie. You know, it just didn't flow right. Okay, so onto the cast. Like I said earlier, I think Ben Affleck as Batman was possibly the best thing in this whole entire movie. He's kind of up there with some of the best portrayals of Batman, from Christian Bale to Michael Keaton to like just the top bar, you know, movie versions of Batman. Like, let's kind of forget the George Clooney, Val Kilmer bullshit. You know what I mean? And also Amy Adams as Lois Lane, amazing job. I really did like her in this film. In Man of Steel, I found her to be kind of annoying and just, but in this film she was spot on. I really did enjoy her in this film. Henry Cavill as Superman. Henry Cavill as an actor is fucking great. I've seen him in quite a few bits of stuff now, and he's really good. I've just always had a problem trying to relate to Superman. I love Superman 2. Right, out of all the Superman movies, Superman 2 is perhaps my favourite, and that's simply because it's the one where he becomes the most human. You know, he loses his powers, and he's got this internal fucking dilemma. It's just the one that you can relate to him the fucking most. You know what I mean? Apart from that, he's just this very, like, I know fanboys are really gonna like go on this video, but for me, he's just this very like one-dimensional, basic character, and I'm sorry, but I think he's very overpowered. I think he's a bit too overpowered. You know what I mean? I think, I personally, like, when they killed him off in the comics, I was really happy. I thought, that sounds kind of nasty, but I thought, like, what they should do is kill him off, leave it for a couple of years. And I know in comic books that's probably something that will never happen, but leave it for like 5-10 years, right? Have other little spin-offs going, but the main Superman storyline is done. He's gone. And then you bring him back. Have like the rebirth of Superman, and change him a little bit. You know, make him so that he's got essence of Doomsday's blood in his, or something. There's shards of kryptonite in his body. He's not as powerful as he used to be. Like, he can't fly anymore. Go back to the way he was back when he was first fucking originally made. He leaps buildings in a single bound. He doesn't fly. Like, let's kind of humanize him a little bit. Like, he can feel pain. He can get hurt, but he heals, so he has a bit of like Wolverine's kind of healing kind of process. Let's just humanize him a little bit, because if you do that, he will become more fucking relatable than just this like but I've never, like just on a personal level, I've just never really been able to identify with Superman. I just haven't. You know, I gotta talk about this, man. The casting was a bit off. Like, this might seem a bit kind of nitpicky, but Jeremy Irons as Alfred Pennyworth. Jeremy Irons is a great actor. He's done fucking shitloads of amazing work. But should he have been Alfred? I would rather have seen a lot more of a older, more frail Alfred. Like, if you take into account the time frame, like Ben Affleck as Batman, this is like 20-year Batman. He's been Batman now for 20 years. He's been through, seen so much shit. So you got that 20 years, and Batman didn't really start becoming Batman until his mid-20s, maybe. Like, so that's 40 odd years Bruce has been alive. Right, so like in this one, like Ben Affleck is starting to go grey. So it's like, well, if he's 40 odd, how old was Alfred when he started working for Thomas Wayne? What was he, a fucking teenager or something? Like, I think the casting should have been more of I can't remember his name, but Alfred in like the Michael Keaton fucking Batman movie. A lot more older, a bit more slunched over, like walks around a bit slow. I would rather have seen that than a more younger, kind of like fit, I'm going to build these things for you, Master Wayne. I just think the casting choice was a bit off there. But nothing like that ruined the movie. One thing that did was fucking Lex Luthor, man. Like, no fucking joke. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex just ruined it for me. Like, to me, it didn't seem like the mastermind of a billion-dollar company that could orchestrate and manipulate people and all this stuff. It just seemed like sometimes it honestly felt like Joker playing dress up. You know what I mean? It had that kind of like, I'm too kind of crazy for you, bats. Had that kind of aspect to it. And it's like, it don't work. It don't fucking work. And it don't help with the fact that it's Jesse Eisenberg as well. Like, who in their right mind would cast him as Lex fucking Luthor? One, I think is way too fucking young for the role. Two, it just didn't work. He was like this shaggy haired fucking like stick to pothead movies. You know what I mean? Stick to roles where you're playing a pothead. That's perfect. You know what I mean? Like Wonderland, it was fucking amazing in Wonderland. Fucking American Ultra. I actually really did like Jesse Eisenberg in American Ultra. I thought he was fucking amazing. That whole kind of, oh, I'm just a pothead, man. Like, I'm kind of stressing out, man. I'm kind of stressing out. That was fucking great. And then topped on with like the sleeper, spy, assassin type of thing. That worked. That was believable. Him as the mastermind of a billion-dollar company going up against Superman? No. No. Bring back Kevin Spacey. That's what I would have done, just to be honest with you. I would have brought back Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. Because in Superman Returns, Kevin Spacey was the best fucking thing in that movie. Just saying. Other characters, like I can't remember the actor's name or the character he portrayed, but he's the guy who lost his legs and he was in the wheelchair thing. I think that was a missed opportunity with him. I think it could have led to something really, really cool. Even the guys on Superhero News said it as well. Like, just go and watch theirs, link in the description below. Another character, of course, Doomsday. There was times when it looked good, but then there were times when it was just like, what the fuck is this, man? The CG work did look a little bit shabby at points. I'm not going to lie, it did look really bad at some points. Some angles, like the depth of field and stuff, just seemed a bit off. It just, I don't know, just didn't feel right to me. But apart from that, a lot of the cast was, they kind of came to the table and did a damn good job. Also got to talk about Wonder Woman, Dana. Like, she was, I did kind of have a fear that she was going to become like one of the main kind of characters in the movie, but they didn't. She had kind of like a cameo role. I really am looking forward to her standalone movie. I think it's going to be really fucking cool. Like, there's this one part where they're fighting and she gets knocked down and like her legs are kind of open and the camera kind of pans around. Like, no joke, I think every single guy in the cinema was like, whoa! Because the camera stayed on her just a little bit too long. But, like, yeah, man. Okay, to kind of move on to the overall resolution of the film, I think that they put so much into play for why they should be fighting, and then to be resolved just because their mothers both had the same name, I think was kind of stupid. I think they should have had it where the movie started off where you kind of take Bruce's side, like, yes, Superman is a fucking threat. He's come here, this fucking alien has come to our world and he's destroying shit. Children and people are dying in our city because of this fucker. We should hate this guy. We really should fucking hate him. That's the tone of the movie as it starts. And it should kind of go through this point through the middle where you start understanding, like, Superman's inner turmoil about how he generally feels fucking bad. Like maybe ever seen where he kind of like wipes away a tear, like watching like people talk on TV about how I lost my mom and this and that, like something, and then come to the end where you've got Batman so angry, come on you bastard, fucking fight me, and they're fighting, but Superman's like, I don't want to fight you, I need your help. You know, like trying to like show like, because Superman is more than just the fucking superpowers. He should be the voice of reason. He should be the one that thinks better than it. That's the true essence of fucking Superman. You know what I mean? And I know I was ranting about Superman earlier, but that is the true essence of Superman. That's what it should have been at the end. Like, they should have resolved on that point. Like, Superman should have been able to get through to Bruce. Like, I need your help. Like, I was wrong about you. Like, stop. I feel like they could have had Superman's character arc come around where it starts off as Superman is the villain, Batman is the hero. Then as the movie plays out, it comes the other way around, where Superman is the hero. But they didn't really do it. Like I said, I think they didn't need the whole Doomsday. I think they didn't need the fucking death of Superman. Like I said at the start, I really wanted to love this movie. I really, really did. It's just, I walked out the fucking cinema like, oh, it could be so much better if they just edit it a little bit. I don't know. Like, I think I need to see like the Blu-ray version, see if that adds any extra content, and you know, just see how it goes, man. See how it goes. There's just something about this film, and everyone else that I've seen who's done like a review about this film has more or less said the same thing. There's parts that you love, there's parts that you hate. The way it's put together, it just kind of leaves you with this uncomfortable feeling like it could have been something more than what it is. You know what I mean? It's not a bad movie. It's a fucking great movie. But I wanted to walk away in love with this film. Like, I can't wait to get it on Blu-ray. I'm going to get like the 2-disc limited edition steelbook thing and have it on my shelf. And whenever there's fuck all on TV, I'll stick it in and sit back and enjoy this fucking dream movie that I've had in my head for years. Like, how cool would this be? Like, but we haven't got that, you know, and you can't help but feel a little bit deflated, like, the fuck, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, what I will leave you with though, because I went to the cinema with this audio recorder. This is what I use to record my audio and stuff, and I also use it when I go to the cinema, and I record the audio like I did for the Deadpool movie, and hoping that there would be like good reactions, but there really weren't. There was like the odd one or two kind of giggle from someone over the back, but it was kind of a flat audience. But what was kind of funny was when the credits started to roll, like a few people started to clap. But what was really funny was I thought I would sit there and just kind of voice my initial type of thoughts just straight off the bat. As soon as the credits rolled, I just started talking into the mic about how I thought this movie was kind of boring. It was fucking boring, to be honest. And this character I didn't like, and and I had two friends with me, who you will actually see on this channel at some point. My friend sat on my left hand side. He goes by the name of Cookie Monster. My friend sat on my right hand side. He goes by the name of Brown Bear Henry. I know we've all got fucking aliases, man, like shit. But my one friend fell asleep at the start of the film. He fell asleep for about 20 minutes. No joke. But when the film finished, there was this like young kid, probably could have only been about 18 or so, sat right in front of me, and he fell asleep. He was asleep while the credits was fucking rolling, and all of his friends were like using their phone and taking pictures of him and laughing. People at the back started talking about it and laughing. And I think I will leave you with that audio and some of my initial thoughts of when the movie had finished. So yeah, man, give this video a thumb up if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumb down if you disagree, and I know some of you fanboys will. But comment down below, let me know what you think about this movie, and subscribe if you haven't already, man. Alright, peace out, man. just in case. Saying chill just in case.
I thought it was going to be in the DC movie.
Oh dear me. I absolutely hated Lex Luthor. I really did. Jesse Eisenberg was just garbage. Bad Lex Luthor, man.
You like film?
He's fucking boring.
It's alright, the actual picture was like quality. That's when it picked up.
Yeah.
His tape was 3/4 through into the movie you had to wait for.
Yeah. And all the best stuff, all the best lines, all the best scenes was all in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like Lex,
I don't know where the fuck that's based off.
like Lex Luthor, just seems like the Joker playing, like you know what I mean. But there is somebody officially asleep in the chair in front of me. That's how boring this film was. Oh my god.
I fell asleep towards the start of it.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Wait then. See if there might be something for the new Justice League. But I don't think there will.
Can't believe that kid better sleep.
That kind of says it all, don't it? Oh my god.
You know what, take a piece of 3 hours and just sit down watching.
I know, it's just... Oh.
Pizza hurts.
The CG on fucking Doomsday was a bit off as well at times. The best part was fucking Batman.
Batman.
I'm very surprised that
He's fucking beefed up the Batman for this.
I like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah.
If he's the new DC cinematic universe of Batman, I'm happy. I am 100% happy. I really, really am. I would say it's kind of like a 60-40. 60% hates it, 40% loves it. You know what I mean?
Film, wait 60% into the film, watch the last 40% into the
It just dragged on then, it just seemed like, okay, get on with it, get on with it. Jesus.